Hello my fellow gamers, I'm MkII, and welcome back once again to our next episode from the Modern World Modsauce 2 server. Yeah, this is episode 32, and the first thing I like to say is Merry Christmas. Even though it is Christmas Eve when this video is coming out, I like to hope you all have an absolutely brilliant one. And if this video does happen to have to come out on the Christmas day, then Merry Christmas on the day itself. So yeah, I've got a load of bloody work to do. Basically, I've got to get this video recorded tonight. Basically, I've got around about 4 or 5 hours at least. Then got 2 hours to get the video edited tomorrow after work, and then get it ready for the night, and then I have to get the thing literally uploaded on the day it has to go live, obviously Christmas Eve. So it's still a bit of a question as to when this video is going to go live, but apart from that, it's freaking awesome. Any old who, today I was originally thinking about going back into Hermicraft and getting on with a few little things. Like one thing particularly that I mentioned was this thing here, the infusion provider. Basically this thing, you connect it up next to near enough to your altar, and where you've got loads of aspects in your system, i.e. let me just show you in here, just go like so. You'll be able to see we've got tons of aspects and add loads of more in there, and you add that said item. Say if we were just going to add it here, it'll basically just automate it whenever we want to do some infusion, so it'll just come exactly from that particular box. Say that's in the spot where the spirit is in the moment. But I'm thinking if I do make them, it will be done here, but I'm thinking I'm just going to leave that just for the moment in time, because that I'd say is an absolutely humongous job, and I just do not have the time to record it. It is so annoying because I had an idea to actually build this really cool system right underneath here with loads of these alchemic assemblers, no, not alchemic assemblers, these basic things here, creating all the aspects, pumping it direct into the system, the alchemic furnace, that's what it is. My god, I'm bloody forgetful. Yeah, loads of these with each individual aspect, pump it into the system so we can just run rampant to do all sorts of different freaking infusions, which is brilliant. And also, if you remember in the last episode, we got them mummy spawners up and running. They have been working literally non-stop, to the point that in terms of the wisps, let me just show you in here, you'll be able to see we have been getting tons upon tons of freaking essence. It is unbelievable. As you can see, yeah, we got all 54, and the top one we have is blooming Perdito. Look at that, freaking 1687, near enough 1700. The lowest one we have is Luxuria. Yeah, that one is, I don't think we'd really need that for infusions as much, but even so, that is an absolute mental amount of freaking aspect, literally essence. So that is amazing. One thing I haven't checked is how much and how many ender pills we've actually got. That is just a little bit intrigued. 3,357. Right, it's been about 2-3 days, and it's slowly been working its magic, so that's not too bad. And gunpowder on the plus side, look at this, 26,000. That has been going absolute nuts. Yeah, that is just absolutely amazing. It means we can actually use this thing for these bloody potion machines here. But I did happen to try this thing earlier on today, and the fact of the matter is it just isn't producing the potions at a fast enough rate to get this thing filled. And this thing has been like this, hooked up to the system for a good week or two now, I think. I can't remember exactly when the episode went out with all these, but even so, just it's not doing anything. So thinking I may have to revert to a setup using these so I can max out the amount of potions I get from each individual ingredient we put in them. So that is definitely something we're going to have to look in for the future. But today, what we want to do is we want to do a little bit of messing around with our techie side of things. More or less, the problems we are having with these things here, because as I've mentioned many times, say on these blooming sack mills, ignore the blooming glitchiness of these. It's the fact that if we were to say if we wanted sand, and basically not too much of it, it would make the sand, and then what would happen to, how could I put bluntly, throw it into the next throw it into the nearest freaking sag mill. So say if the sand's in here, it'll shoot it out into there and then throw it straight into that one and make silicon, which would be just a little bit on the annoying side, and especially very time consuming trying to get all these things actually working, which for me is bloody annoying, especially when we want to make an absolute humongous amount of items. It's definitely something that we really need to look at, and that's something that we're going to do today. We also might just touch upon getting the mechanism set up, at least up and running for that one. So first things first, obviously I've got to take all this down, I'll do that in a second. We just need to get a good amount of items actually made. I've already gone ahead and made a few, like a good few interfaces. I don't know why I've made more than I needed to. I think we've got around 200 or so, so at least that's plenty. And I've also gone ahead and made some storage buses. And also, yes, I think, yeah, 64 of them should suffice. And I also need a hell of a lot of blooming cable. And I need to remember, what colour cable did we use, say, for the sag mill? I have no idea. We used, by the looks of it, cyan for that one. And we've also used purple. Right. I got a few more items made, a bit more cable, and a few little bits of bobs, I think. And now time to get this thing completely ripped up to shreds, and hopefully once I finish, it will look considerably better than how it looks just at this present point in time. Yeah, I am very excited about getting this thing actually hooked up, and I've got loads of these bloody cables to actually rip out as well. This is gonna be fun. Right, how many bloody patterns have I got? Right, not too many. How many are in here? We have 4 in there. We have got a good few in that one and a good few in that one. Right, that means I've got a good few to strip out. Right, anyways, I might as well just do at least one con just to show you guys the basis of it all. Right, just get rid of you and right, jump up there and get rid of that. Get rid of that. And I think we're near enough good to go. So basically, as you know, alloy smelter will be going here. Or should I say you don't know, but anyways, alloy smelters will be going here. Then it's the case of interfaces will be going in these particular points here. And then it's just a case of hook it up like so. Where's my purple cable? And voila, that will add a couple more to the system. That is going to now bring it to... Come on, 9, perfect. And the cool thing about this is the fact that once I've done, I'll have 64 channels on a 32 channel system, which is not possible, but it actually is. It really is a really cool, ingenious little system. So, first thing we've got to do, put a cable out here. And okay, I've kind of realised I've messed up a little bit. Right, I've just had a little bit of think about it, and how could I put bluntly? I kind of forgot about a certain little thing, like the quartz blooming cable, which is right here. I thought I was going to have to add the quartz literally on this point here, but luckily enough, I don't. I just have to add it just after a piece of cable there, so it's just a case you put that there, put one quartz cable there, and then that will create a completely new system. So I do believe storage bus goes here, like so, like that. Interface goes on like this, and then we have some input buses like that and like that. Add a piece of cable like so, and obviously as you see, no power completely, but as soon as we add another bit of cable like this, it powers up and creates a completely new system. And to prove that, and hopefully it will suck it into the system, let us get let me see, let's just get some more. Might as well, I've got tons of it as it is, and I shouldn't have really done that. Let's just get one piece of iron ore. I think that will prove at least this should be working. And also I need to set up this properly, so it now how can I put my right, this one will be exporting there, and then this one will be importing from there. So, theoretically, if we put this iron in here, smelts up, throws it, pumps it out, and it should have pumped it into the system. And obviously, it should have shown. I don't think we do have any iron in here. Let me just have a look. No, it doesn't seem to want to show up. I may have just made a little bit of a mistake here. Yeah, we've worked it out. I had these two things the wrong way around. The storage bus should have been on this side, and obviously, yeah, as you can see, interface, storage bus, I have them the bloody wrong way around. So I just need to rejig all this so it all completely and utterly works flawlessly. And I've got to do it on that side, but either way, I think I should increase the amount of stuff I'll be able to freaking put on here. It's just the fact that that still says, if we just peek down, it says 10 channels, so it's got all the crap that's up here. Or we could just unhook it all. Let me just do that now. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and that should now put it to 3 channels. Voila. That is absolutely fantastic. So I've got 5 channels from 3, and God only knows how many more from this all this lot here. And this is going to look so cool when it's all done. And 30 minutes later, this is the finished article. I have to say, I am so impressed with how this thing looks. It really does look so impressive. I could even just go a little bit higher and add 8 more freaking alloy smelters up here, which would be absolutely fantastic. And I've got a blooming skeleton shooting at me. Oh well, you can go bugger off. Yeah, it looks absolutely fantastic. And the really cool thing about this thing is, if we just happen to look closely, obviously you can see all the input buses, the storage buses, more interfaces and stuff. In total, I reckon this is well over in excess of around 60 plus channels. But if we just happen to look down here, you can see 28. Joys of using this fancy stuff, obviously the quartz cable down here, and you can basically just create new separate networks if you just hook up a power. And this is just absolutely blooming brilliant. All I've got to do now is copy it on this side. And there is the sag mill selection. Oh my god, this is looking so cool. Yeah, I can't believe how good this looks. Just like that one there. Especially with the added power cable, it just makes it look even more blooming intense. So, yeah, this one in particular has got about now 32 channels. But I may just do a little bit of editing on it just to ensure the possibility of us maybe adding another 8 of these blooming sag mills on here. That in itself will be an interesting one, but that I think we're just going to leave the future, and I think it just looks good as it is. Yeah, I am so happy with this. It looks in my eyes, it looks so much cleaner compared to the last one. We had the main freaking dense cable in the middle, and then it was God only knows how many power cables in there just to power everything. It just didn't look right. So now, much cleaner, much more intense, much more complicated. So very happy with it. So now it's just a case of on to the next part of the blooming room. And obviously we've got the 2 more corners. And obviously I think in one corner we could do for thermal machines, and the second corner we can do flying for mechanism machines, and we have got a good few mechanism machines we could actually put out there, such as this osmium compressor, or even a Richmond chamber, or even these metallurgic infusers. So we have got a good amount of these to make. So I'm thinking what I'm going to do is get a good amount of recipes actually made, so we can put in all these in. Look at this, we've got so much more space now, which is absolute bonus. So I'm gonna have some fun and games getting all this blooming mechanism stuff set out, and then we can at least get the basis of it set up for you guys to see, just give you a glimpse of what it's gonna look like before I actually do build it. So that is definitely gonna be a fun one. And now it's time for this mechanism setup. This one is definitely going to be interesting and probably just as complex as these, and I really can't wait to try maybe just tweak these ever so slightly so we can just utilize even more channels on this thing. Yeah, even so, when that does happen, that could be freaking absolutely unbelievably mental. Right, first thing we're gonna do, I'm just trying to do this off from memory, is actually get a load of interfaces set up. So first things first, let me just go like that. We've got a good few interfaces extra just in case, but I doubt we're really going to need them. So it's just going to be a case of obviously same as bollocks. Yeah, it's the same as on the other two there. Interfaces will be on the corners, so that means we can just get rid of these ones like so. Like that, like that. Let's pick up. Have we got them all? Yes, we have. Next, we've got all these metallurgic infusers, which we have already made in advance. So it's going to save us a hell of a load of time. So let's just get the first one in there, and I'm going to throw that recipe in the system just for the moment in time, because we don't really need it just yet. So it's just a case interfaces will go here like so. We've obviously got to freaking set them all up, which let's grab a few more out. Like I said, I've still got to set them all up. In terms of when you actually click on them, you'll be able to see not this bit, but this bit. In terms of where we want such and such items to actually go, we'll sort that out in literally 1 moment's time. So let's just go like that, and like that. So that's stage 1 done. Stage 2 is getting the enrichment chambers doing, and obviously same method as before. These all go on the freaking corners. So let's just do that. Do that one. Do that one. Damn it, trying to fly here. It's always trying to bloody make sure I'm staying put, especially when you try to shift in space. It's always a little bit on the tricky side. So, same again. Do that. Do that. That's perfect. Now, the enrichment chambers. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, we haven't got enough bloody space. Figure that's just always the bloody way there. Right. So enrichment chamber here. So 1, 2. Seriously? It doesn't auto freaking fill. That's a little bit of a freaking pain, isn't it? Right. Let's do that one. And this one. And the final few. Right, they're done. Now it's just a case get at least the bases of it all hooked up. So, cables at the ready, and that should give us 2 channels. That's perfect. And do the same on this side. And now it's just a case of we need a couple channel cables under here, like so. And then just to get underneath, we just need to put a few input buses, which are under here, right? So input buses go here and here, basically just on each of these interface metallurgic infusers underneath. There we go. That's put it all up to now. Is it actually hooked up? Oh, okay. It was working a moment ago. That's a little bit strange. Still says it's online. Hold on a sec. Might have just cooked it in terms of the amount of channels on here. Let me just get our little wrench and just get that round there. Let me just take this off and see what happens. Might come up, might come back online again. I don't really know. Take you off, take you off, take you off. Right, saying 4 channels. Right, that is just a little bit of a strange one there. Right, I don't know what the hell's going on. I think it's something to do with the memory card settings, but we've just had a little bit of play around as well, and now it's all up and running, though. It still says these are bloody offline, though, despite the fact we've got 8 channels. I don't really get that. We've got 4 here, and we got 2 underneath. Hold on, let me just add that. That should add a few extras. That's now online. Now 12. Perfect. That is brilliant. Why didn't I freaking realise that I put it on the same side and didn't think to do it on that side? Oh, well, right, next little thing we've got to add is our little export buses. This is going to input the said items. In this case, each of these, should we say, are going to have a distinct item that they're going to be putting in. So in this case, this one should, for example, say, will be coal, and this one will be diamond, and this one will be redstone, if you don't know what I mean. These bloody things are the compressed obsidian, like for example, exhibit A or example A. Right, let's just place, damn it. That shouldn't have actually gone on there, really shouldn't. I wasn't really intending to use the export buses on this. I'm only intending to put maybe an input bus on the top. Right, as I was saying, right, export buses on each of these, like so. Let's go like that, like that. Like that and like that. Now it's just a case of we need to get all these blooming hooked up. And where did I put all of these compressed freaking items? I'm sure I had them in my inventory, but knowing me, I blooming forgot them. Now these are all hooked up like so. Wrong one. Bloody phone going off there. Didn't really realise that. Okay, that's all them hooked up. Now it's just a case of hopefully this won't screw the system up. So let's just place one anchor like that. And piece of cable, let's say here and here. Let's see, it hooks up. Just check. That's put it now to, should be 13. Perfect. Right, it's got to do more for all the rest now. There we go. There's the last one of those. Next stage is the final bit that we're going to be doing on this bit, is actually getting the items actually imported into the system. I'm trying to think how's best to do that on this little setup we have here. I'm probably thinking have it in the middle rather than on the top. So import buses. Do we need import buses? Yeah, we do. We need to bloody pump it stuff back into the system, don't we? So import buses will be basically try and get a better angle. So it's a lot tougher than I thought trying to fly around with this blooming sash that we have on here. The Globetrotter one. It's super blooming quick. I still. Okay, there's my keyboard going completely peeped on there. Right, that goes like that. That is going to be importing items out of these. So whenever we want to create, say, the compressed diamond or compressed redstone, it's going to be pumping it in. So that is also a cool little thing we've got to be here. So let's go like that. And I think we're still going to be good for channels. Let me just finish this off like so. One. Okay, that I didn't want to bloody but flicking do. So let's just remove these quickly. 1, 2. Like that. Input buses on this bit. Damn it, wrong bit. That, and last 2. Voila. So what channels are we up to now? All 32 channels. That's actually not too bad, actually. I'm pretty impressed with that. Obviously, if, in case we do decide to add any extras, we will be doing the little trick over there with the storage buses and the interfaces, which in itself is actually a pretty awesome little thing. Right now, everything is hooked up. We still got to get everything set up, like I said before. All these blooming configurations on here. So in this case, we want obviously the purple one to come from the top. So which the infused one, like so. The red one, which is the inputs. Get rid of you. Seriously? Right. Red on the back. My God, what is going on with this? Right. And output on the bottom. So go like that. Now, we just got to do them on every single other machine here. And then it's just a case of getting the patterns ready for it. Right, there's the power done as well. And as you can see, if we look at the configs, they've all been done. Yeah, that is going to be pretty fun. Right, obviously, as I said, these things are now being set up. All we got to do is test the thing just to ensure this all blooming works. These two work like a charm. The fun thing is going to be seeing if these actually work. I remember on the last series or the last server, we did have a few little issues and they did seem to work again, which I found just a little bit on the strange side. Now it's just a case of we need to get a few patterns actually created for it. And luckily enough, we've got all this stuff here. So it's going to be very simple. It's just a case of, let's just change you to a crafting pattern. So redstone into you, throw you in, and it should theoretically pump it in. I don't know. Right, that goes like that. Now it's just a case of we need damn it. Compressed. Okay, I think it's just been pumped in. Never mind. Let's just get coal, like so. Let's go like that. That's another pattern. Then we just do the obsidian, throw you in, and I just need obviously a piece of bloody obsidian. Right, let's test these things out. So coal there, redstone in this one, obviously diamond there, say obsidian there, and theoretically we should be starting to get stuff be pumped into these, especially seeing they're meant to be pumping directly at this said item. That is definitely going to be intriguing to see if it does work. I think we may have just to put a card in just to get it working, just in case, but I think we'll be alright. Yeah, I don't know about this one. Right, let's just make, let's say a few. Let's say about 50. I think that should be more than enough. Right, let's head back over here. We really should do a few speed upgrades in these things. Right. Which one's the redstone one again? Just have a look. That's the redstone one. These things don't seem to want to be using any power. Okay, let me just change that to auto eject. Still nothing. Power. Okay, these things don't seem to want to be working for some weird reason. So connect it up and everything's meant to be working, but it isn't. Yeah, I'm just a little bit puzzled by this one. Am I completely stupid or what? I didn't even realise when I was setting all these up that I had the bloody input on the wrong bloody set. I'm thinking this was the back one and this was the bloody front one. It's in turn the other way around, which means we've got a last few little things to freaking sort out. And for some reason I didn't set this one up correctly. Let's just put output on here, and we just got these last few little things to do. I think we've got all of them. I know that one's definitely done. Is this one done? Yes, and I know for a fact this one isn't. Like that. Turn you to input, sorry. I'll do the same for you. Damn it. And let me just go back, and you. And you. Perfect. Right, now, as you can see, the thing is now officially working. Obviously, we're doing coal into this one to make compressed carbon, and that it should be pumping directly into this one here. I should really have it underneath the exact one, so if that's doing coal, the coal one should be there, but I don't think it really matters anyway. And that is completely and utterly full. I just think we should make at least a fair few more of all this, so let's just make a good few of them. So let's say diamond, let's make 80 of those. Let's say same sort of amount for obsidian, like that. And also for, damn it, didn't want that. No, I don't know why am I doing that. And also for this one, I didn't want to make one, I wanted to make a fair bloody few, so like that. Perfect. Right, we might as well take out this redstone one so we can actually put it in the same one that's going to do in the compressed redstone. So which one was that again? I can't really remember. Oh, it's this one. Right, so place you in there. Voila. Now I reckon you should be doing it. That you are. That's perfect. And wrong one again. I think it's slowly doing it all. Yeah, this is absolutely brilliant. I can't wait to expand this just a little bit on the more side. That I think will be absolutely great, amazing. But unfortunately, it's come to the point where we've had to say, let's put it bluntly, we're having to end the episode. I really did want to work on the thermal setup we're going to be putting here, but at the moment I'm still not too sure in terms of how we're going to all layer it out. Obviously it's going to be similar sort of setup in terms of the interfaces on this side, but it's just a case of I don't know where I want all the induction furnaces and everything else located in this little construct of freaking madness. So it's certainly coming along my freaking auto crafting room. It is absolutely epic mechanism. Obviously Ender IO, soon to be freaking thermal. That I reckon we'll work on probably in the next episode or two, something like that. As for the next one, I really want to get onto the funness that is, how could I put bluntly, doing all the infusion from the AE system. If you can't remember, as I said earlier in the episode, let me just get down to my book, which I've somehow left in there. Yeah, I freaking forgot I've left it in there. It is this little conjunctive device, the infusion provider. I really want to do this so bad, but before that, we've got a lot of bloody work to do. So that in itself is going to be a fun one. So I hope you have enjoyed this episode, and I really do hope you have an absolutely fantastic Christmas. Obviously, if this video does go out on Christmas Eve, which I really do hope so, because now it is around about 11 o'clock at night on the 23rd, so I've got to get this video edited, checked through and rendered, and then uploaded. So I may get this video up in time, so it means it won't be delayed by nothing will get in the way of it unless I freaking have a major freaking issue with the PC, so which is very unlikely to happen. Yeah, they're very unlikely happen. Let's just take this off. So anyway, so I hope you have enjoyed the episode and really do want to see much more from the server. So if you have enjoyed it, please do make sure to like, comment, and most importantly, please do subscribe, because every single like, comment, and subscription helps my channel so much. And I'll see you next time.